Hey, what's up, guys? I was trying to get online, and I kept hitting first of all, it wouldn't let me get on, so I had to restart my computer, and then it was just like insane. Um, because I think I'm listed as like guest something. So can everybody hear me? Awesome. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I feel like a dork sitting here talking to my computer by myself, just so you guys know. Um, I wish I could hear you guys too. But I guess if everybody talked all at once, it would be pretty crazy, right? That's good stuff. I'm glad you guys don't mind. I recognize pretty much everybody's name in this room. So what's going on? How's the Team Wakey meeting going? Have you guys gotten a lot done? Sua, what's new? Is it are you guys like what's planning? What's the big plan? How can I help? Oh, Camila, thanks. I'm glad your night got better. Uh, B. Gillinston? What's your name? Who is that? B. Gillinston? Because I don't want to say B. Benedict. Am I saying it right? Benedict? Benedict? Benedict for Norway. Benedicta. Benedicta. All right. I'll try and say it right from now on. I'm turning red. Can you see I'm turning red because I'm embarrassed? Is everybody here from Norway? Is this like an all Norway chat? Give me some country shout outs. Denmark, Sweden. Ah, Kelsey Mays in the US. Isn't it really late where you guys are? Isn't it really late over there? I see the UK. Oh, Quebec, the Netherlands. So cool. It's so cool to talk to you. Like I remember when I was a kid in high school, I thought like I would never talk. I could never imagine something like this. Like having a conversation with people all over the country at the same time here, just on my computer randomly. It's the coolest thing in the world. 11 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, so 11 o'clock is not too like this is like I'm basically like singing you guys to sleep here with this then. If 11 o'clock might be past your bedtime, I don't know what time you guys go to bed. So the reason I was gonna come in at 4:30 and then I was in the other room. So you guys know um, the new album is called Salvation, or that's what we're calling it right now, and it's named after this track called Salvation that's actually on the album. So, and it's actually randomly, I just decided that that was the coolest sounding track name on the album, and we're really excited about the song, but it's kind of far from done. So I was sitting in my room just playing piano and working on the song and running it over and over and over again. So that's why I was late. I was just sitting there playing the song for like 45 minutes, and I looked up and realized that it was 4:45. I've got to go. A DAMN fresher has passed out. I hate first year students. Oh, Steph, a fresher. You mean like a freshman passed out? And you have to go take care of them. All right, Steph, lots of love to you too. And I will talk to you later. Aaron, as far as the album art, I'm not really sure yet. We're talking to a couple of different art director people. It's actually one of my favorite aspects of this album is because I look at everything that happened with the last album and all the lessons that I learned through the course of making it, and it's like I can approach this one with so much more knowledge and make it so much, hopefully, in my mind, what I see is perfect for you guys, or closer to perfect probably. I'll probably do the same thing over the next 5 albums that I make, that it'll be a big learning curve. But the first album we made was totally we everything was by the seat of our pants. Like I didn't even think about having an album cover. And then luckily Carolyn Wachnicki came around and designed that last cover for us out of the blue. So and it was so beautiful. I was so excited about it. But this next album we're looking at, I've got kind of like 4 or 5 different kind of art director people that I'm talking to and seeing who we want to have do it and just design all the art for the whole thing. But I'm hoping it's going to be really bright and lots of color, just like Salvation, like the name Salvation. Will my album be out before I go on tour in Europe? Maika, yes, that's the plan. If unless there's a huge tragedy, it will absolutely be out before we go on tour. You know, that's actually part of the reason that we're trying to raise this money right now through Pledge, is because it's such an expensive thing to release an album worldwide. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. So we're trying to gather all the cash that we need in order to get it out in time, because, you know, as you know, like big companies, when they're doing you favors, they move a lot slower. So when we're able to actually pay people to do it right, then we can kind of get them out in time. So I'm hoping that we'll raise this cash and have everything going and going in time. But yeah, hopefully the plan is to have it out actually right before we go on that tour. And I'm hoping on the tour, you know, the other thing though that I've learned is I know you guys want to hear stuff from almost everything, and you want to hear Brooklyn and you want to hear War Sweater when we play live. So on the next tour, I'm definitely keeping that in mind. I want to play as much from this new album as we can. And our sets on this next tour overseas are going to be about an hour long. So we'll have time to cover a lot of the old album and a lot of the new album. Meta, your mom wants the album for her birthday. That's awesome. Meta, you are the best. You know, everyone, I don't know if you know, Meta was the first person to pledge, and she's been just such a super fan for so long. I know a lot of you guys have been involved with us and been such an active part of Team Wakey for so long. But Meta, it's really cool to see you here, and we will make sure. When is your mom's birthday? Tell me when your mom's birthday is, Meta, and we'll make sure that she gets one. January 16th. I don't know if we'll have it in time for that. I'll do my best. I'll try and get you something. We'll try and get you something for her birthday. And you better bring her to our show when we're out there. You better bring her out. Evelina is asking, will there be tote bags in the store? You know, we're launching this whole new store, you know, because like everything. So just so you guys understand, Sarah, I'm so sorry your internet's bad. Hopefully, maybe we can get a recording of this or something for you. But as far as the stores go, you know, everything that we did with Family Records, Family Records was the president of that company was my manager, and also Family Records itself was the company that released our first album. And we've been really, you know, we're still great friends with them, and we love them a lot. But they have a lot of the merch from our older stuff that's affiliated with that album on their store. So as we get this next album together and get the team together that's releasing it, then we're going to have a whole new store for that. And that should mean new tote bags, new t-shirts, all kinds of new stuff. Oh, Camila, thanks. That's so sweet. You're awesome too. Oh, Sua's, all right, so Sua's recording it. So maybe, yeah, if anyone's having a hard time getting to this, then hit Sua up. You know, Sua is, everyone knows who Sua is in here, I'm assuming, but she's, like, we first met, I guess, when Sua reached out to Wes and was doing some work with Wes. And I remember the first time that I met her, I was on stage with, I was actually doing sound check at I think that was the first time we met, right, Sua? I was doing sound check when we were on the James Blunt tour, and we were at that big theater, Hammersmith Apollo in London. And I remember looked out and saw this chick sitting in the audience typing away, doing work, and Wes was like, this person's going to be really important. Her name is Sue, and she's really helpful. Yeah, I think that was the first time we physically met. Was that it? So there may have been times before that, but that's my first big memory of like of me being like, this person is going to be part of our team. Camila, will there be a chance to meet me after the show? As people are asking, I'm hoping so. This is the thing we're dealing with on this show. The venues are like 4 times as big as the last shows because everything's getting so much bigger. So like, you know, with the exception of London, our last show there was really big, but this next show in London is for 2,000 people. So I'm hoping that, you know, there's going to be a way for me to be able to meet everybody. You know, because the other thing on this one is we're traveling on a bus. So after the concert, we basically run and jump on the bus and drive to the next city to start everything over. It's a much bigger production. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to, but I definitely will have a way to be in touch with you guys, because I don't, like, I always come out and see everyone. Like, there's got to be a way that we're going to make it work. I'm actually talking to Ron right now about how to make that happen as well. Reba, what's up, Reba? Welcome. Texas here. Love it. The venue in Norway, well, some of them, I'm not sure which one in Norway it is that we're playing, but some of the venues range, the biggest one is like 2,000, and there are a lot that are 1,000 and up, and then there are a couple in there that are around like 500. So that could be one of the 500 ones, which means, Benedicta, that it will be a lot easier. Aaron, when is the next time I'm coming to Toronto? So Canada, is obviously, like, we love playing in Canada. We love playing in North America, everywhere in North America. And so we want to try and get back there right now. Actually, tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I've got a phone call with our North American booking agent, and we're talking about how I can get out on the road here, in the United States again, which could be us, joining another person on tour when we come back from that. But I can tell you that there's definitely going to be heavy touring involved with this. So you should think, Aaron, probably as soon as we get back from, at the end of February, probably March, April, we'll be looking at doing another North American tour, and then possibly going back to Europe after that. Elena, you know what? I was actually in Philly like a couple of nights ago. My buddy Luke played a show there. So we went down on last Monday and played at this tiny little open mic. And I debuted a couple of songs. I didn't really say anything about it, but it was so much fun. The next time I go down there, I'll send a tweet. I promise. Can hear you and see a tiny head in the chat window. Oh, Reba. Is that my tiny head? This is my kitchen, by the way, if anyone wonders where I'm talking to you from. Adriana wants to know if we're coming to Montreal. Of course, I love Montreal. Montreal is such a great city for us. You guys are always come out, and we have a huge crowds there, and you guys are really sweet and excited. I loved the last show that we played in Montreal. So, and Toronto too. I owe you guys. I mean, because after that last time at the Drake Hotel, we had to have the makeup show. I definitely have to come back there. I think it's time that we played these cities in Canada with a full band. I think it's time that we get the full band up there and show you guys our whole show. And Emily, Minnesota is definitely in the routing. We definitely want to get there. Denmark for the next tour. Are we coming? We're coming, right? And Shanae, I love you, girl. We'll be seeing you. Oh, Reba wants to know what I'm gonna cook. Reba, you always bring me stuff at shows. What am I? I'm gonna cook for you guys. That's what I should do. I should do a cooking show. That would be amazing. I'm actually a really good cook. Reba wants to know what my favorite song is on the new recording. That's really tough. I love them all so much. Did you guys hear? So, do you remember, if anyone saw us play, it's like some of our recent tours, I was playing this song called Anhedonia that I wrote. That is just a solo song. And I played it a lot on the tour with James Blunt, I know, and we played it some on this last American tour. I'm not sure if we played it or not, but that's going to be on there. I'm really excited about that. We have a new song called Always and Forever that you guys haven't heard yet. That's really, really awesome. I think that might be one of the singles for the album. And then there's this song called there's this song called All It Takes Is a Little Love, the one that's with the Pledge campaign. And you can hear actually the demo of that in the background when you listen to the Pledge video. Like, that's that song. So that's going to be a big one. Yeah, Reba, you have a custom t-shirt of that title. I've still got it in my other room, in my drawer, of my version of the custom t-shirt that Mabel made us, right? Laura, actually, Cassette Player is not in the running for the album right now. I want to bring it back. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. But we ended up writing like 80 songs for the album. And as I wrote, I just got better and better and better at writing. Benedicta, Lily, I Love You is on there. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think what other crowd favorites we had. Young Love is going to be on there. I think that's one that I'm actually have a session for that tomorrow where we're going to go in and just work on that song. The other thing I did today that was really fun is I kind of I put all the lyrics for the album up on my computer and went through them all one at a time. It was like the lyric cleaning day, which was fun for me. So just to make sure that everything was exactly what I wanted it to be. Benedicta, the song with the long story from our US shows in the spring is a song called Irresistible. And Irresistible, we're actually not going to put on this album, but we're looking at it to release right after the album comes out. And I know there's going to be uproar about that because I know you guys love that song at the live shows. But I promise it just doesn't fit the vibe of the album that we're doing right now. And you'll understand when you hear it. It all is going to make sense. It's going to be really cohesive. So, Reba, who will be on tour with me, my band, for the Ron Pope tour, where I'm actually sharing his band. So that's going to be just the guys that are in his band are playing in my band as well. And then when we get back to the United States, I'm probably going to go to my, to my team here and get the old usuals. Meta Golden is not in the running for this album right now. Sorry. This is horrible because I know I teased you guys with like 80 songs, but maybe there'll be a way that I can release the demos of the songs or something after the album. And I think there's also some bootlegs of them around. Maybe what I could do is somehow leak a couple of them to Sua or something. It's a little more complicated too because all of the songs in this album are co-writes. So I wrote, most of them at least, are co-writes, which means I worked with other writers on them to get them really good. So so I got to get those guys' permission. Let's see. Oh, Camila, yeah, I love that song. I actually forgot about that one because I just wrote it for her. I need to pull that back out and look at it. Reba wants to know if I'll ever do Pink's Glitter in the Air cover. I don't even know Glitter in the Air by Pink. I need to listen to it. Is it on her new album? You know what we should do? We should have a stages show in a couple of weeks. And and maybe I'll play all the songs from the new album or something on the stages show for you guys. That would be really fun. And bust out some of the new songs for you. I need to figure out solo versions of all of them. That would be a lot of work, but it would be totally worth it. Reba, she's singing at the Grammys. Chelsea, you know what? I have this list on my computer of cover songs that I want to do. And the Justin Timberlake, there's like 2 Justin Timberlake songs on there. And I tried to do some of his early stuff during the first cover party. And none of it, it's not really built, those songs aren't really built to be just sung on a piano. So it's hard to do. I was looking at what's the single from his new album, Mirror? I was looking at Mirror as a possibility for this one. Tori wants to know if I can play you something now. I cannot play you anything now because I'm in my kitchen. And I would be embarrassed because you would see how messy my house is if I walked my computer through to bring it into the piano. Which of the covers is my favorite? There's so many. I love all the covers that we did. I was really stoked about the A-Team cover, the one of the Ed Sheeran song. I really loved that song a lot. By far the most popular has been the Miley Cyrus song, which just blows my mind. I love how you guys love pop music. That makes me so happy because I love pop music. So that makes me really stoked when you guys like that stuff. Reba wants to see my favorite utensils. Benedicta, I don't believe you'll close your eyes. Reba wants to know the local brews when I travel in Europe. Of course I enjoy the local brews when I travel in Europe. Let's see what my favorite kitchen utensils are. This is my favorite. These are my... I use these all the time when I cook. I also love my cast iron pans. I love my cast iron pans. Skinny Love by Bon Iver. That's a great idea, Karen. I like that. I love that song. Belgian beer is the best. I can admit that even though I'm Danish. I'm not actually drinking any beer right now though, because I'm getting ready for the album. So I'm totally on. I'm totally in like super healthy mode. So I'm actually like I get up every day and I go to the gym and I work out and then I come. Adriana? I dare you to say my name correctly. It's Adrian. 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 I'm going to call you A name. A. Miss Landry. How about that? You know my French is horrible. Yeah, but I'm in totally, total like prize fighter mode right now. I'm not doing anything but just trying to stay in shape and get healthy and be totally ready to go. Benedicta says, I'm one of the few artists that give my fans personal attention. Thank you. You know, Benedicta, I don't know, you guys are so good to me, and you guys are really, really awesome. And I love this relationship we have, and I hope that we can always have this, you know, this core group of people that I can stay in touch with no matter how big or crazy this thing gets or whatever. Reba wants to know how I stay on shape when I'm in tour. You know, on this next tour, we're talking about Adriana says I'm really bad at saying her name. Can you spell it out for me? Reba, I try and work out when I'm on tour. I try and not drink too much and be good and healthy. Being a rock star nowadays is totally different than it used to be. The Rolling Stones got to go on tour and like do tons of like drinking and drugs and stuff and beat each other up with fish in hotel rooms and Lord knows whatever else. And me, I don't get to trash hotel rooms or anything. I have to make sure I get my sleep and stay healthy. And that's my job on tour. So I try and run when I can if there's no place to work out, no gym. It just depends. And also getting on stage and sweating for an hour every night is a pretty good workout. Sarah wants to know my favorite song to perform live and why. Sarah, just so you know, Sua is recording this, so if you send her an email after this, then she can try and send you maybe a copy of the video of the chat. My favorite song to perform live. I really love playing Light Outside just because the audience gets so excited about that and everyone sings along. It's really just a great, you know, it's clearly, I think that's our fan favorite song, which always makes me happy to play it. Almost everything is really fun too, just because it's got such a good energy. But you know, they're all like, it's every day, every show is different. Whatever you think is going to be, you know, going to be your favorite, it sometimes doesn't turn out to be that good, and whatever you think you're kind of dreading playing sometimes ends up being, you know, the best show. So the best song of the show. Tori wants to know how many songs will be on the new album. We have 12 songs slotted for the new album, which is bad because all the companies that we're working with want us to do 10, but I want to do 12, and I just wrote 2 new songs that I really want to put on there. So there's no way I could do more than 12 though. So I either have to cut one to put one of these on it. I don't know. It's just crazy. It sucks that I write too much. That one that I sent, I don't know if you guys are all involved with the pledge campaign yet. If you are not involved with the pledge campaign, I love you nonetheless because you guys are clearly super active fans. But if you are, then you got that video of that new song. And that's one of the ones I really want to play. Let's see. Put out multiple albums, Casey. Yeah. Well, you know, it's not like this will be, I'm going to keep putting them out. How many bags do I take on tour, and do I shop while touring? Reba, you have the best question. I have one gigantic bag that I take sometimes, and we call it the monster bag, and it can fit so much stuff in it. But this next tour, I may try and pack a little lighter. And I do shop while I'm touring, but not very, we don't really have much time for that. Also, I'm usually pretty broke. I might bring it out as an LP, Rachie. It's going to be a full, yeah, like a full album, and it's going to be on vinyl. It's going to be on, you know, for digital, and we'll also have the CD of it. Evelina, that would be amazing. Aaron wants me to grow my hair again. I don't know if it will grow again. I don't know. It's got pretty long in the front, so I don't know. If anyone took a picture of me doing the weird thing with my hair, don't make that the picture that you post. Wait, that's a still. That's the way it always works. Whatever the weirdest thing I do is what ends up in the picture. Meta, tell your mom to bring it. I love it. Oh, Reba, you're so sweet. Okay, so I should probably go here soon, but it's really nice to see you guys. Does anyone have like one last question for me? Anything you're dying to know? Eloise, did you just get to the room? What's up? Hello and welcome. Don't worry, girl. We got a video of this for you. So send a message to Sua and she'll hit you with it. Camila wants to know if I'll marry her. I don't know. There's someone who's got dibs on that already. But I'm so flattered you would ask. What's the worst food you don't hope to encounter on tour? Oh gosh. It's hard to say. It's hard to talk about the worst food because there's no worst food. It's just people have different tastes in different cities, and so it's not stuff I'm used to. The most unusual thing I've ever seen, one time in Germany, there were these big fish on rolls, and it looked like a whole fish, and it was kind of scary to me. And I took a picture of it, and the woman behind the counter got really mad at me and yelled at me, and I ran away. Going to Nottingham and London back to back. Steph, I wish. You got to convince Ron Pope to let you on our tour bus, but I kind of doubt it. But I'm excited to see you at both shows. All right, guys. Oh, Rachie, send a tweet right now saying that you need a date for the Nottingham show, and I'll retweet it. We'll see what happens. All right, thanks, guys. Oh, Steph, without the crutches, I totally remember you. Okay, well, it's so nice talking to you guys, and so much love to you, and I don't know, thanks so much for all your help and your support. If anyone's saying, the last thing with the pledge, I know if anyone talks to you and asks why the money's so high for CDs overseas, I guess there's like a huge shipping. Basically, I set all the prices here in the United States for what it was, and then overseas they added this crazy shipping just automatically. So I didn't really set those prices so high. I'm a little bummed that they're so high. So I'm trying to figure out a way around it right now. No promises. Don't worry if you did pledge for one, for a CD and you paid like $50 or something. If I do change it, you can always go in and change the amount of your pledge, and you can make it something that is fair with the new amount or whatever, so you're not stuck. And also, if you're thinking if you're trying to raise a lot of money for like a big pledge and you can't have that money yet, you can always just do the $10 for the CD so you can be involved with everything. That's basically just like pre-ordering it from iTunes, except for I get all the money instead of iTunes taking a cut, which is such a better deal for me. So that's if you guys can do that, that's awesome. But if you want to do something bigger down the line, you can always make it bigger. Just get involved, get in the room, with everyone first. Because really, I don't know. I love you guys, and you guys know what I have on my mind, and you're the best at talking to the other fans about stuff. So, all right, well, everyone, thanks again, and much love, and I will see you guys when I see you. I guess you're all over the world, so hopefully I'll be in all those spots. But anyway, thanks guys. Much love. Sua, thanks for inviting me to this. And maybe I'll see another one before the end of it. All right, cool. Much love. Bye-bye.